Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel, and let's start. Joyful Muse, Inspiration, yay! Heart Home, Compassion, ooh, that's nice. And Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. 22, I'm seeing that. And Deep Diver, diving into a task. Okay. I'm already getting that something must have tried to discourage you. Confuse you maybe, yeah. Yeah, see? She again. Oh, yes, the burp. And yeah, that's the bronze star. And as seen on TV. Okay, so I'm getting that you were coming at someone with this. It's like, yay! You know, maybe an idea, maybe just something that you believe in and something that you are passionate about, you know, just something that inspired you and also that you really, really believed that was in store there for you. And someone then replied to you something like, you know, for example, you think that miracles are possible regarding learning instruments and stuff like that, you know. You say, hey, that's, it's not just about deep diving, you know, it's this, I'm gonna put this one here. Yeah, and then, okay. So, it's not about deep diving into a task just, you know, and that's what they said to you. Who do you think you are? Just thinking that you can do that, even though you don't have all the experience, and even though you didn't went through all those years of hard learning. You know, you didn't dive deep into a task like someone else did. You know, and they were discouraging you. They were looking at you almost like this, you know, this. They were this creature a bit. This creature. Sometimes it's appearing as magical, but this time it looks with all the spikes. It's this. Let's discourage her a bit, you know. Maybe it's this. Oh, who do you think you are? You are not special, you know. You are not special. You can, you cannot achieve otherworldly things with your passion, you know. You know, who are you coming at me with this energy? You know, it's this, yeah, and then I can do this, and when I do this, and magic will happen, and it won't take all that long, and it will be magical, and I can just, you know, do it. And they were like, yeah, pff. You know, look at the numbers also, you know, it's this 33. You have a more evolved perspective on things, and they are still 10 steps back, right? 10 steps back. But I'm also getting that they could be also older than you. It's just that this in the earthly realms, I think you are also wise enough to know that age doesn't particularly mean that people are wiser. That doesn't mean it at all. If you have ever encountered some very wise children, you probably know that already, but if you don't, it's like this whole thing. And they were like, you know, because they come at you with this broken perception of being manipulated by the matrix. It's this being worn down by the matrix. It's this stance that this figure has. It's this, well, magic doesn't exist. You know, who are you? Look at that. I'm not magical, I'm a fly, right? It's this, magic doesn't exist. Look at what they tell us in TV, you know. You have to you have to learn things 10,000 hours long to be able to be good at it. You cannot do it right now. You know, it's this very discouraging attempt to darken your heart. Yeah, it's this. The brown star has always a bit of a narcissistic energy in it, because I'm getting that this must be someone who you in some way look up to, but on the other hand, you also know that you need to be cautionary with this. You need to be cautionary with how much power you let them, how much power you give them, because I'm getting that it has had some impact on you, the whole situation, and their whole what they're telling you, because I'm getting that you really like them, and it's just that you're suddenly realizing that that might be the confusion that you're in. It's supposed to be a banana, you can't really tell, but it's a confusion card, you know. It's this that you are now suddenly also being a bit confused about this, because you might be shocked about your own wisdom and your own strength in this, because it's in the end all about perception. And what this person tried to tell you, what that was, that you need to do much more work, that you need to put so much more work into this. And it could have caused in the beginning for you to feel like this, instead of being this joyful muse and being enlightened and encouraged and happy and a bit crazy maybe, but in a good way. You know, it's not this, you're not getting it in this negative, crazy way. It's this crazy about this, and also knowing the magic in tasks. And they came at you and they were like, look at this dark card. Today it really looks dark. And even though what it says looks nice, but I'm reminded of those, I don't know what they are called, but when they sting you, fire something. So, you know, when they sting you, that's quite dangerous, and that's what tried to happen for you. You know, it's this discouragement and manipulation. It's a manipulation attack. They might not even realize it, because if people are not awake, they don't realize what they are doing subconsciously. You know, that's I'm sure that's what you also got too. But it made you sad, because therefore you saw the reality of this person also, because you now know that you need to distance yourself from them. And you maybe didn't want to in the beginning, but you've realized that they have been, they're carrying too much of this, way too much of this. And so I'm sure that you are also very selective about who you are being surrounded with, and maybe they have had a special position in your life, but you are now realizing that this, what they have done, what they have said in this moment, was so toxic. It was such an attack to your beautiful energies. You know, this is your energy. This is what you wanted to show them. You wanted to influence them in a good way with this energy. But what they came at with to you was this. Right? You see their light, you see their sparkles, but they are not there. And when you are letting them having an impact on you, they will destroy what you have, you know, because there is still a bit dark around. It's fragile. It's a fragile heart home that you have, the compassion and the safe place that you have inside of you. And this, right? And if they come at you with this, and you look at their life and you see also how it manifests in all their other areas, you know that you don't want to be influenced by this. You don't. So therefore you need to let them go. This does mean that you, you know, it's a burp card. It's this, what do you have to release? And yeah, therefore, you know how a burp builds up. It's this, you might have been a bit shocked, and they might have actually caused some, now this brown star is a bit of a crack in your confidence, right? And in your hope. And you were mistaking them as messengers from the universe also. And they were trying to tell you that you are not special, and that you are so far from your goals that it feels unreachable. You know? But that's just because of their mindset, and that's what you have to release. It's the mindset of them, the, you know, the energy, this, what they are in. You see now that they are not, you maybe have thought that they are a bit more like you, but you see the truth now. You see that they are still in a very dark place, and you are, I think you know that you realized you when you look at them, you see yourself in them, because you've been there too. But it's you are 10 steps ahead, almost, like, yeah, it's like you are further on the road, and you cannot. You are just wondering, you know, can the light go the other way around? Is it? But the issue with this is that everybody has to walk out of this. Everybody has to transmute their own pain and find their own light, and you cannot do that for other people. And therefore, you need to let them go. Just what I got, because. And suddenly I'm seeing all the dark in my cards, my own deck, you know. It's this, if you are spending too much time in other people's darkness, it comes back to you again, right? You don't want that. You know that magic exists, and that's the next card. You know that. The galactic mushroom exists, and that there's so much magic around that other people can comprehend. And if you know, if you look back at the conversations you had with this person, you realize so many other small parts where they show you that they don't believe in magic. They are not in the slightest way open to this, and that they are very, they've dropped you a few times before, even hints of that, but this last time, when they really told you that, you really realized that, okay, that was too much, right? It's this, you've let them in, and from the space of within, you are, you know, I'm getting this as, I mean, this doesn't really look like a mushroom to me, but it looks like, you know, those peels. It's like before you let them in, you were maybe even closed off, right? You were closed up, off and protective of your light, and you've let them see you in so many different ways, right? But now that they have had access to the weak spot here, right? They use it and they do this, that, right? And they literally burp in your face, right? They burp in your face. And they also think that they are right, you know? And you're like, okay, all right then. That's that. Thanks a lot, right? Because you've seen, you know, you've opened up, and you let them in, but you realize that they are still in the matrix, and they are really in the matrix, like heavily, deeply in that. And you cannot, you know, you can only tell them so much, and if they don't believe it, and if, you know, if they even laugh at you at times, you know, it's just looking at you like, you know, with this disbelief, like you are really nuts, and you're like, okay, all right, that's it. It's you. I can't help you. You know, it's this. I can't. I just can't. Yeah, and that's what you're doing, and it's okay, because you wish you could see, show them the light, but it's not up to you. No one, you know, everybody has to go through it themselves. You also had it. No one showed you the light. You had to experience it yourself too, right? And therefore, same rights for everyone. Yeah. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. I'm just getting that, yeah, you wish you were not alone, and maybe that's why you let them in. But you you just have to be aware of that. You don't need to let them go like in a very strict way. You know, it's a very harsh way, like just letting them, putting them out of your life completely. That's not that. It's just that you need to be aware that what they are doing sometimes is triggering. And of course there is some truth to it, because if you don't dive deep into a task, for example, you really will not get anywhere. It's just the way it has been presented to you. I think the last time was just too much, right? It's the dark side and the light side, and you came at them with too much light, and they just gave you darkness to because sometimes people can cope with light. You know, they have to throw darkness at light, because it makes them uncomfortable. If, it's like too good to be true, what you are saying, and, it's this, no. It's just, life is hard, life is not supposed to be magical, we were born here, we are suffering, I'm a victim, that's that, right? That's really what some people are just in. And it's like, yeah, you know that, and you just know that you have to distance yourself from this and keep your light. And as you can see, the dark and the light are transferring energies. And if your light is still too fragile, and you take in too much darkness, it's not healthy for you, and that's what you know. And therefore you will distance yourself from them with the knowledge that you are not alone, and maybe you feel alone at times, and that's why you wanted to spend time with them, but not like that, right? Because you cannot soak in other people's darkness and transmit it just yet. You are not yet there. Maybe you will be at some point. I think it's just because you are still in the middle of a transformation phase, and in the middle of developing something. It's the pen is a creation card. It's this you're still on your way too, and if you spend too much time with someone who's still surrounded by so much darkness and by the matrix, who's someone who's literally still staring at the TV all day, right? That's not healthy for you. So pulling a card from a deck where every card has the same meaning, and the meaning is everything is going to be okay, of course. And let's see who this reading is for. Aries. Okay, Aries. I hope this reading was helpful, and additional info is in the box below, and see you next time. Bye bye.